And just like that, it took me about a day to get a chair up, but don't worry, I'm not doing a video on how to install furniture in your house or whatever, or you should quickly turn off the video. What I am going to tell you today is who I am and why that may be important to you if you're considering moving and relocating to Northwest Arkansas. My name is Austin Bivens, and I've been here in Northwest Arkansas for many years now, but I'm actually a transplant. So if you're out there and you clicked on the video because you're contemplating relocating and calling Northwest Arkansas home, I thought it would be fun for me to introduce myself to you and tell you my journey into Northwest Arkansas. And actually it was a journey that didn't anticipate staying here very long, but over the years, I have begun to call not only Northwest Arkansas home, but me and my ever-expanding family now believe that Northwest Arkansas is our forever home. So maybe you're out there and you're looking on your list of possible places to move from America, maybe around the world. But we're having a lot of folks moving right now from all around America. Did you know I heard a realtor the other day from California? He's not giving videos about, hey, if you want to come in, call me, I'd be glad to help. He's actually helping folks get out of California, and he was telling them a statistic that if you want to move, U-Haul is like 6 or 8 weeks behind right now, so plan early if you're planning to move out. Well, we're not having that trouble in Northwest Arkansas, but all the way back in 1996 is when I moved to Northwest Arkansas, and I planned to have a U-Haul within a year, year and a half, and move on out, because way back then, before YouTube and everybody could be on TV, I was a TV sports broadcaster. Young guy, I was not a guy anybody would know. I was just in these small markets and trying to make my way to ESPN. I started out at the NBC affiliate in Shreveport. I used to make the joke, no one moves there on purpose. No offense if you're in Shreveport, but it's more of an industrial, kind of rougher city. And so out of that, only about 6 or 9 months into it, I got lucky and got a job at the ABC affiliate here in Northwest Arkansas called KHOG or K-Hog. More to that in a second of why we would have a name like K-Hog here. But I moved up here and really didn't plan to stay long because in the TV business, especially a small market like Northwest Arkansas was considered, you wanted to move up. You know, New York's #1 market, LA is 2, Chicago was 3 at the time. But man, something happened along the way of chasing a dream that I'd had since 8th grade when we were in career orientation class. And I thought I'd be an engineer until they told me you had to be good at math. And that's when I realized may need to find something else in the whole toolkit. And I love to talk and I loved sports. Not gonna play pro sports at my size. Too tall to be a horse jockey, too small to be about any other pro athlete. But today I wanted to explain to you from a transplant's perspective why I love Northwest Arkansas. I sell real estate now, I do development, and so I've gotten into that world now, but it really didn't start that way. I didn't get out of sportscasting and go right into real estate. I got out of sportscasting because I wanted to stay in Northwest Arkansas. There's so many cool things here. Originally I started, in Fayetteville, and when I moved up here in the 1990s, Walmart was still Walmart, and Bentonville was still the home of Walmart, one of the largest corporations in all the world. But something unique happened really in those 1990s. Walmart started requiring all of their subcontractors or their vendors, if you will call it. They had a deal if you had a certain number of items on the shelves throughout Walmart nation and globally, you had to have a person to man the Walmart account in Northwest Arkansas. So uniquely enough, when I moved up here in the 90s working at K-Hog, it was in the land of the Razorbacks or the Hogs down in Fayetteville. And really Fayetteville used to be our #1 city as far as appreciation and dollars or price per square foot. But then as Walmart kept churning out more requirements, more folks started moving in that supplied to Walmart and subsidiaries around Walmart, boy, Bentonville started taking off as well. Look, the entire state of Arkansas does not have a professional team. No pro baseball team. We don't have the Cardinals. We don't have the Cowboys in football. We don't have a pro team, but we've got a university in the Southeastern Conference called the Arkansas Razorbacks. Woo Pig Suey. That's what they say at the games. The cheerleaders will start chanting, Woo Pig Suey. Yes, it's a little cultish, kind of sounds like a seance, but you may eventually get into it because I've seen folks that had Nebraska signs in their yard or Oklahoma signs, and eventually they call those hogs. So Northwest Arkansas is comprised of 2 counties, Benton County in the north, and Washington County in the south. When you start at the bottom of Washington County, to get in your car and drive all the way up I-49, our main interstate going north-south here, it's a good 45-50 minutes to the north tip of Benton County, so it's a lot of landmass. And if you're moving from a big city like a Dallas or someplace in California, you know, it may take you an hour to get to work and you only live 5-6 miles from work. Well, in an hour in northwest Arkansas, you can travel off the beaten path. You can start to get to a little bit of rural farm country feel and that kind of thing. And that just spoke volumes to me. Something else that kept me here was the opportunity for work. You know, it reminds me of a story a guy told me one time from his college history class, that more people made money catering to folks that went out west looking for gold than folks that actually struck gold. So folks that sold shovels and sold the food and sold the tents and sold and repaired their horse-drawn wagons, those were folks that wound up making a good living, helping and working for folks that actually went west looking for gold. Well, the gold in northwest Arkansas, we've got three main entities. We've got Walmart, which I've just talked about, Tyson Foods, which is the largest producer of proteins in America, so chicken and beef and those kind of things. And then of course you got to have trucks to drive it. J.B. Hunt Trucking is one of the top 5 logistics companies in all of America. So those are 3 good drivers. And I'll tell you something else about those 3 industries. Got a little blue collar to them. They're a little bit recession resistant. So in 2008, I was up here and we had that economic crash. Walmart still really churned and did well because folks were looking to save money on their grocery bills and such. So of course they went to Walmart. Folks were eating and cooking at home more. Tyson did well with that, and there was still a good number and volume of items and things that had to be trucked. So J.B. Hunt still was doing very productive work. We don't have the glam as much as something like a Google or Apple headquarters, those things that make national news all the time. We're that underbelly of the American culture that's churning out product and things that people really need. The thing to look for if you're considering moving is finding a place that really has those economic drivers that can sustain some downturns and such. You're not going to make here what you will make out in California, but your cost of living's down here compared to somewhere like that, or like Portland, or like a Washington State, even in those places, even like a Nashville nowadays. Many of you will be able to take a job in northwest Arkansas and buy a house as nice as you're in right now, maybe nicer, and the amount or percentage that you're paying a year on your gross income to a house goes from here where you're at right now down to here, or better yet, from here down to here. Now, what I didn't have that you're gonna get the opportunity for is, man, I came up here flying blind. Pretty independent guy, and I just came up here flying by the seat of my pants and trying to figure things out. And I'll be candid with you, one of the things I messed up on the most was real estate. I came from a more depressed area, and so you could buy an acre of land for $2,000 or $3,000, and everybody was on an acre or two because it was not just country. I mean, it was a good sized school and that kind of thing, but there was a lot of rural property, so everybody kind of had land. So I come up here and start expecting, taking my frame of reference from when I'd grown up, bringing it into northwest Arkansas, and didn't have anybody professionally to tell me, hey, look, here's the value here. What are you looking for? Oh, I can only spend $500,000 or $300,000, and I want, I want a 3,000 square foot house with a pool and a new pony. Sorry, big guy, that's not gonna work here. Really, I look back now, and if I had just had someone direct me and really give me some wisdom, I'd have got ahead of the game even sooner here in northwest Arkansas. So I wanna offer to you today something I never got. That's free consultation that we can set up with you if you're considering moving to northwest Arkansas. We can set up a Zoom meeting with you and with us, my team, as well as even a lender if it gets that far. But not to get the cart before the horse, as they say down south, but to be able to give you good wisdom and professional insight into what this market looks like and how much and how far your dollar will go. So I've got a link here on my YouTube. Feel free to give me a call. I'm very reachable on that. I love helping folks. I've been in real estate professionally and full-time for 19 years now. We do development as well and do investing. And so there's an old saying, never trust a skinny cook. Well, I don't just sell real estate. I actually participate in that investment and in that industry. And I believe that's probably given me more of a leg up up helping my clients and my customers. But if I had just had that money I spent back in the 90s and early 2000s and still bought then, but just bought in a different area, an area that I knew was appreciating. I knew where a new school was going. I knew where a new shopping center was going. I knew where the new, and this is a true story, new road was going. That's an enormous thing. I have seen folks that have bought a house they love, and 6 months later, a new road comes in right near their backyard. They didn't know. Their realtor didn't know. Some of us know. That's a very important thing. If you're moving into this region, you don't know. You're looking and checking out and doing your research on YouTube and on Google and on Facebook, and you're looking at all those things, but you need boots on the ground. You need someone that's been in the trenches, been a part of this community, and actually knows, hey, don't buy over there. The school district, their scores are bad. They're about to come out that they're gonna have a low test score that's really gonna affect things. Those things matter. You may say, well, Austin, we're empty nesters, or I'm single, I don't have kids. Well, that's fine. Congratulations, by the way, because I've got 2 beautiful kids and a 3rd one. But what I would tell you is, regardless if you have kids, guess what? To purchase and to make an investment into real estate, you need to know school scores and things like that, because those affect you when you go to resell someday. So it's little nuggets like that that I want to provide for you. After all, I haven't been here my whole life, but I've been here the last 25 plus years, and 19 of those years full-time in real estate, and I got to tell you, I'm not moving. I love Northwest Arkansas. It's not perfect because I'm in it, so I get that. One of my top 5 things I'll tell you about in the coming video, I love the weather we've got. We get 4 seasons. I love snow. We get some of that. I love hot weather. I don't know if you can see great outside my window. That's a beautiful Japanese maple. We have a wonderful summer. I've got my family. They're swimming right now. I had to get them out of the house for the video. And so it's beautiful, but nothing compares to the falls in Northwest Arkansas. All of our hardwood trees start to let off that beautiful fall foliage of beautiful multiple colors. Northwest Arkansas has really got a great canvas that the good Lord just paints every fall. You'll love that as well. And you need to have someone that's been there and done that. I'm not the skinny cook, so I'd be glad to help you guys. So reach out to me. We'll set up that Zoom conference call, and we'll talk a little bit more about strategy. And don't worry about if it's something you're not doing for the next 3 months or 6 months. So I'd love to meet you via our conference call. We also pick folks up at the airport and show them around many times. It's what we do. I love Northwest Arkansas. I'm not just a realtor and investor in the area. I am a full-fledged Northwest Arkansas resident and don't plan on moving anytime soon. So hey, give me a shout, be glad to help you, and check out my other videos where we'll share with you why Northwest Arkansas is truly one of the hidden gems in not just Arkansas, not even just America, but I believe in the entire world. Have a great day.